G'day, Mathematical KM here. Remember their initials, not a title, Keith Malumbi. At the local club on Thursday night, the mum of one of the kids who might have a birthday coming was asking me, she was directed to me, as some of the blokes knew that I had one of these Millenium eOnes, about digital chessboards that you can use to play your chess.com games and a bit more as well. So we'll go into almost a bit of a review. It's the only one, I can't compare it to other ones on the market, but I'll tell you all about this one and why I think it's pretty good. The Millenium eOne. It's an electronic chessboard designed for players who like playing online and want to get back to authentic gaming feeling. Okay, they don't even really know some of the things that I find are the best with this. Yes, the app that it comes with will only let you play online, which is good, playing online games with other people across the internet, but you can get that little bit more value out of this thing. And in fact, the value-adding bits is what I use it for most. But so, let's have a quick look at, this is their website, the Millenium. You can see that's just showing you how the piece it's got to move lights up, the square it's moving to lights up, you're moving the pieces yourself. Can connect to your phone as easy as your PC, Bluetooth or cable. Do it with a cable, it charges as well, but it only really needs charge once every 2 months or so, it says. I often use the cable, but today, for the purpose of the demonstration, just doing it with the Bluetooth. So essentially you've got your chessboard, and I'm just going to show you, there's 3 buttons that are the only little controls that you've got. They're behind the white pieces, and one of them lets you reverse it so that you've got the black pieces in front of you, not the white pieces. The next one's contrast and how bright you want the LEDs. And the third one is Bluetooth on or off. And the 3 buttons double for under promotion if you're promoting a pawn. If you just move a pawn to the final rank, it's a queen. If you lift a pawn off because you're going to promote on that final rank and you don't want a queen, one button will give you a knight, the other one will give you a bishop, and the third one will give you a rook. So that's all the highly technical controls. There's also an on-off button on the right-hand side. That's it for controls. What's one of these guys going to cost you before we show you what it'll do? Well, Chess World, this is 2 Australian websites. Chess World are selling for $3.99 and 20 cents, but giving us a recommended retail of $4.99. Not bad. I'd be tempted to go with them because they are a reputable chess website and shop. But I mean, money's money, and it looks like, I don't know much about this you buy, like warehouse direct style of a shop thing that's also in Australia, and you can get $3.47. So that's significantly, more than $50 cheaper than Chess World, and they're both a far cry from if you were to find the recommended retail of $500. So you can get down to $3.50. There are boards with inbuilt chess computers in them that cost significantly more. Some that move the pieces, and they're just ridiculous prices. And what else I was going to mention? I was going to mention that with Bluetooth connectivity to your phone, why would you pay for a chess brain to be inside of the board? It's a bit redundant these days with the number of people that have got phones, Chromebooks, laptops. So when you're playing online and you want the real physicalness of moving pieces around, the chessboard's great for that, but you don't need the brain in it because you've got the brain in the phone or the brain in the Chromebook or the PC. Okay. Now I mentioned that the app that it suggests and comes with it will only let you play games, but it won't let you play the bots and it won't let you do the analysis board in chess.com. So what was it called? I mean, I'm not dissing it. I mean, it does what it does quite well. But just from the instructions in the first use, it's ChessLink app. But forget about the ChessLink app. You want, and you're going to see this little, the dish symbol in my chess.com in a moment, Chess Connect. And also works on your Android and iPhones. And you can see Millenium's there. This is all the different boards it can work with. So there are other boards out there. But this is just a little video from the Mathematical KM on the Millenium eOne and why I think it's pretty schmick and does what I want it to do. So let's get this camera set up kind of interestingly here. When we're focused on the board, let's see, that's not a bad, oh, and it does come with 2 extra queens for promotion. Get those to the side now. So when we're looking at the board, I'll just make the little inbuilt camera go up there. Well, let's first come to chess.com. Already logged in, and you'll notice this little satellite dish is in there, and that's something that isn't there until you install the Chess Connect app. And when it's brown, it's just available. When it's green, you've connected to a board. Now I've come into the analysis, and this is where you can move through things, try stuff out, the usual bits and pieces, look at the moves the computer would suggest. But instead of setting up a position, which you can do, and then you've got to duplicate it on the board, but let's just go make moves, and you're going to get the 3 lines of stockfish. And before we make the moves, I'll click on the satellite. Satellite's having a look. It's found the Millenium eOne. Click on it, pair, orange, it's in the process, green, so we're right. So now you guys will see I'm going to, well, let's, wouldn't everybody make that move first? Oh, and you can see it on the, let's see how big. You might want to see you can see the eval bar over on the left and the board's all there. Black is going to go for the middle. Your hippo player is going to fianchetto the bishop. And you can see it's being duplicated in chess.com, but I'm moving the pieces around. So I've got the 3-pawn centre coming at the hippo. This one forward. And getting the mouse and making sure that I'm protecting F4 and never counting that pawn because I don't want to use that pawn. Oh, anyway, going through, forget the hippo stuff. You can go through and look at positions. And this is particularly useful if you're a young person uses the odd chess book, because as well as like maybe moving the pieces around as they follow the book on a chessboard, if, and this is just to see me, this is the main use I can see for this. It's possibly going to be more of a summer holidays thing for me, being a teacher. But you type in the lines from your chess book. Well, you're not typing them in, that's painful. You move play out the lines on your Millenium eOne, and as well as seeing the analysis as you go, you can save all of the PGNs that you got from the chess book. Put them in, folder structures and what have you. Very easy to revisit and play through the bits from the book. So what I'm trying to say is that just the ability to play out and see in person the lines from chess books on your board, and you end with a PGN that you can revisit. So that's pretty good. And that's the first thing that the app that they talk about in the instructions, doesn't do it. And by the way, the Chess Connect app, the satellite dish that appears here, it's free. Yes, there is a buy a cup of tea link that goes to it. It's a bit like a Patreon or a super chat in YouTube. You can give a little bit of money to the guy who's made the app, but there's no need and there's no ads or anything. So it just works with your board. So, and this is what, I'm not sure if you can see the red flashing. Whenever the board doesn't match the computer, it shows you where it's wrong and what it wants you to do to get everything back and how it should be. But let's just forget about, that's the analysis. The next thing that it will do with this Chess Connect app, but won't do with the one that it talks about, ChessLink, that comes in the instructions, but you go and get the Chess Connect, you can play bots. They've brought out a food thing. I guess this shouldn't take too long. This is the bottom food one, the barbecue. Now before we hit play, compare. You have to do it each time you're going to use it. It's gone green and it's upset the bishops there and the pawns there. All the flashing stops because I've got all that. I've got all the helpful hints. Now let's see just how quick Okay, so filming an actual game. Now we can see what move the computer wants to make. When you're playing somebody else, it'll be somebody else in America or wherever else. But okay, my move. It's the lowest bit of food, so I don't know how long it's going to take. Hopefully this will be a fast hippo. Oh, check. Oh, and now you get to see what happens when a piece gets taken. Remove the piece that's dying and put the piece that's taking there. I'll take back. Let's go for the other fianchetto. Except my bishop's in the wrong place. I can get the equivalent of the fianchetto. Didn't really think about that. I didn't need to move the b-pawn. It's going so weird when you're playing against these lower ones. I don't really want that pawn coming forward, but even though I could have just grabbed his g-pawn, but I'll move the pawn forward there. And I do not get to capture his g-pawn, but this is where you're starting to see the bishop says thank you for the rook. Queen comes out, and check. I'm up a whole piece, so trades are good. Let's just put the queen forward to defend the king. Yeah, this is the lowest app of the new food bots that have come out. So the ladies come off. Pawn comes forward. Do a Lego lock. Okay. Suspect we want to open this up and make as many trades as we can, so let's just start. I wouldn't have played a whole game apart from this is the should be simple, easy and fast. The king's going for a walk. Interesting. Go pawn. Check. His king is really going for a walk. Take a pawn. Big threat onto the bishop. Oh, that. Who's the lowest food? It must be me. Let's give the piece back, shall we? Wow, this will be a test of honesty. Do I redo the whole video or do I keep throwing that piece away? Very interesting stuff. Let's go forward. Connect our rooks, get the knight closer to the middle. It's his rook across. I'll bring a rook behind the pawn. And he puts his rook. Again, yeah, this is the shish kebab. It really shouldn't take you too long to beat this one. So knight takes rook. Pawn takes knight. Okay, well, let's get that open file. He moves his knight. Okay, let's threaten 2 pawns with the rook. Nothing move with his bishop. Let's take the h-pawn. Moves a pawn forward. Let's bring another rook to the open file. Takes his bishop back. Bring this rook across, threatening a pawn, and I think we'll run the h-pawn. His a-pawn. Okay, let's go. Let's get rid of the. If I can get a knight from the bishop, that would be cool. Goes forward. Let's take the knight with the bishop. He takes back. Move this pawn forward. He moves the pawn forward. Rook behind the pawn. Knight comes in, threatening the rook. Rook takes his advanced pawn. Bishop. Go Harry. And he collects a pawn. Well done, Mr. Shish Kebab. He's threatening my A pawn over there as well, but go Harry. He doesn't go for the A pawn, he starts to come back. Go Harry. Pawn forward. Go Harry. Moves his bishop. If I wanted to under-promote, I would lift the pawn off and I could hit one of the buttons either for knight, bishop or rook. But instead of under-promoting, let's put a queen. His knight's now protecting his bishop, which was under threat by the new queen. And I think we've got the firepower to start to wrap this thing up. Let's go check. King came running towards us, but it can't come forwards because of the pawn in front of my king, my D pawn. So I think this is a fairly strong forced move off to the side. Let's see. Let's bring my rank 1 rook across to the semi-open file, B. He brings his knight in to be of a little more assistance and protecting his pawn. Which is, of course, forgetting about his bishop. How can that happen? Moved my... We need to go back a couple of moves. It was a miss move with a failure. Mouse slip equivalent. Let's put his... Okay. So it had me not taking his bishop. Let's put that there. Queen here. Okay, and that's there. Getting reality to match the chessboard again. Just making sure that the two work. I was a bit quick. I meant to pick up the piece the queen's taking and then put the queen where it is. So you've seen the good and the bad with this. Let's get that video out of the way. Let's go. And let's finish this one here. That wasn't the move for that. We go across. Oh, now it wants everything where it's just moved it. Let's play. No, not going to work. Come in and threaten the knight. No wonder, once we had that small problem, turn it off. It's disconnected, turn it on. And it wants, now does it want everything to, no, still not quite happy. Okay, check. Just finish this here. And go new bot. In the barbecue, we just did the kebab. Burger would be $8.50. And it wants to pair. So you're saying there's warts and all. To be starting a game, all of the red lights should as far as I haven't played with putting other pieces that aren't from this on it, but there doesn't seem to be anything special. It just knows where the different pieces should start, and when they move, it keeps track of them. So I don't think there's anything in particularly technically special. Okay. And let's hit play. I see you won't be bothering with having a camera. Sweet, and then, I don't know. I won't finish this game, but and away you go. Again, that's the second hardest spot, and you're playing. So I think you get the idea of how you can use it with analysis, how you can type lines from chess books in, you can play the bots with it, and of course the only use that they foresaw with the app that it came with, but also what you can use it for, is if you feel like playing people in the real world, 10-minute rapid start game, you have it hooked up and you can play on the eOne board. So you've got a physical board and you're playing against somebody out there in the real world. I'm not quite comfortable doing that against somebody who doesn't know what I'm doing and how it's going on YouTube, so I won't fire that one up, but it is pretty much exactly how you saw it going against the bots. I guess you'd have to keep looking at your computer screen or your phone screen to see your clock, because there is no clock on the Millenium eOne. And I will briefly mention that analysis one as well as with chess books. I've used that at Gungahlin College with the Gungahlin Gambiteers, the old chess club, to have it in the analysis board going to a big screen TV with two players playing each other, and we can look at the eval and the suggestions just as a teaching tool with practice games at the school and looking at what the computer's thinking all the way through, and the two kids are playing on a real board and everybody else can look at the big screen, and it goes from there. So just to recap, it from 400 from Chess World or 350 from the wholesaler. The RRP's 500 Australian dollars, all of those prices. Chess Connect is the free app that you should get, not just use the ChessLink one. You can connect it to your phone or to your PC, and that's like PC and Mac, and also Android and iPhone. And in chess.com, you can use it with the analysis board, with chess books or practice games. You can play bots with it, and you can play people over the internet. In a time scramble, I think you'd have an advantage with a mouse on a electronic board. But if you want the feel, and if it's really practice for real chess over the board, well, you can play over the board. And I guess instead of having this chat with one mum with her young son from the Thursday night club, if we put this in the YouTube channel, then all the mums can maybe have a look at what could be coming in a Christmas stocking this year. So bye for now from the Mathematical KM.